Okay, and what about prices for transport, for internal transport in Nepal?
Flying to Ukla is very
Yeah, I think today I was reading a news that they're gonna start the domestic flight from probably this week. In a couple of days, they're gonna resume the flight because they're supposed to resume the flight 3 days before, but their government set up the rules. Just they can only flew with the half of the passenger, like need to keep the half seat empty, but they could not, the airlines didn't agree for that. So I think government and the airlines alliance has reached to the agreement that they won't raise the flight fare, and but they can fly the full passenger in a full seat passenger in a plane. So, and probably I think in less 5 days they will gonna start a flight.
Yes, that's really the common issue for every flight industry. And also,
Yeah.
what's about permits?
One question. I'm sorry. One question about the jeeps. If we are not flying, any any problems? We are not flying, but we want to take a jeep from Jiri to Kathmandu or return. Can we could jeep?
Yeah, jeep are possible because there is no jeep from Lukla, but like 2 days down, around 1 day's walk down from Lukla. Probably now is just after the monsoon, but jeep can go until probably nearby Kharikhola. So that means very near to the Lukla. Very near to the Lukla, around 2 days to Lukla. So that is another option if no flight, but the driving time will be very long. It may takes like maybe at least 20 hours.
Interesting track from this place to Nepal. Yes, we are going to this track. Interesting.
Yeah, if we only take to the Jiri, it will be very far and you will need a long time. But if we take to the Salary,
yes, from Jiri to 2 days, yes.
Oh no, Jiri to, I think from Jiri, I didn't go Jiri for several years already, but there is a jeep more upward to the Jiri also, even bus. So, but I suggest to go to the Salary first. Or we can take the jeep directly from Kathmandu to little up to the Salary, wherever it can go, and then walk around 2 days or 2.5 days can reach to Lukla. But if we go to the Jiri, it will take at least 6 to 7 days to reach.
Yes, okay, thank you.
Okay, sounds good. And the next question about prices, it's permits. So,
I think permits, like for Everest trekking, permits will be available on the trail, so I don't think there will have any problem.
Okay.
And I think Solo Khumbu, like a Khumbu area, I think is very less affected by any COVID-19. Probably now there is 0 case in Khumbu region.
Okay, and the next my question inside this general question is food and equipment.
So food, I think food, they will, I think there are still plenty of food from the last season. So I don't think any problem for food. The restaurant will provide, the hotel will provide the lodging and fooding. I think it shouldn't be any issue.
Okay. And
for the food and permits we already discussed, and equipment, I guess the next one. Probably, I think equipment, I guess you will come with the equipment for the, if you are coming for climbing, you may need a proper equipment, but if you are just for trekking, you may not need to worry that much for trekking equipment. Probably, I think Russia is already a cold country, so normally have a down jacket and some kind of sorts of trousers, some warm gears. There should be enough. I don't think need to worry that much for trekking. If you are from Russia, probably you have enough gears for this normal trip.
Yes, yeah, but you know that sometimes we can forget anything But as I know, in
No,
Kathmandu, there is a great market of
but-
equipment.
yeah, Kathmandu is a huge market because there are lots of stores. They were open like 2-3 weeks before. Most of the stores were open. I went to there and just visited some stores and street. Most of the things were open. It's easy to buy.
Okay.
Okay, thanks.
Even
So-
you wanted to buy, but if you don't want to buy, I think whatever you have, that should be enough for the trekking. But if you are going for expedition or peak climbing, probably need to check for a kind of better jacket
Sleeping
or
bags. We need sleeping bags and warm coat, hats and варежки.
glove.
Gloves.
Okay,
Yes.
Yes.
gloves. Yeah, that can buy in Kathmandu, or you can rent also. I think there are some store will provide the renting service also. Whatever good, I think that's not a problem. And even you can rent in a Namche also possible to rent.
Mhm.
There are several stores. They will provide the renting service in Namche Bazaar also. And gloves you can buy, and the hat you can buy in Namche or Kathmandu. I think either place are fine. Namche probably most of the shops are closed. We better prepare from Kathmandu because there are not
Yeah.
much shops are open.
In Kathmandu, we have many
Because
shops and very
so-
interesting.
Some of the
Okay.
boss from Namche Bazaar were calling me and just we were talking about when the season gonna start like that. But
Thank
yeah,
you.
some of the people are still in touch with me.
Okay, that's good. So the next, my question would be about the internal situation in Nepal. So how did the pandemic affect the Sherpas? There was a really hard time for all of us during the absence of clients. And how did Nepal pass the lockdown?
Oh yeah, this is a quite a I think is very complication life during the COVID time. I think Sherpa were suffer large because their main income used to be the spring Everest or several other expedition. That used to be the main income. So they lost a huge money because that mostly they wait for the spring to earn the one-time money, kind of
Yes.
like that. Obviously, who used depend on for expedition, they lost everything during the pandemic. And other people like me or several other many thousand guides, probably we have almost 15,000 plus guides in Nepal. I think they lost their job too. So this is quite hard time for each and every Nepali. I think not only Sherpa, but I think their family, Sherpa and their family also suffer lots because their income normally based on a mountaineering or based on an expedition. That's why I'm quite sure they are affected much than other people. But normally the people who live in a mountain probably they have a better time than the people who live in a city. Because in a city the life moment is very silent. Neither we can go out nor we can do anything. We only just locked in a room or house, whatever the way. But when like a first part of the lockdown, I was in a mountain. I went to meet my cousins. So it suddenly government declared the lockdown. So I stayed here for 50 days. And there was quite fine. The life was we just go to the farm, do some farming activity, planting something, or rushing here and there. The things are more easier and easy to kill the time. But when I came to the Kathmandu, like when did I come? Around May middle somewhere. I can't remember that. After that, when I came to the Kathmandu, probably first week was okay. But since then the time is the day become like so long, like a month or week.
Yes, okay. Thanks, Ramesh, for detail.
It's it's very hard. I think most of Nepali are suffering lots, not much thing to do, like this. But life in a mountain more easier to kill the time. But I think problem is almost similar. But probably mountain people have their own food they reserve from previous year or previous season. That's more easy, less suffer. Or they can borrow from one friend to another friend. I think it's more better. But in a city, I'm seeing lots of problem. People are suffering for food because neither they can get a job. In a city, people hardly can live for a week without income. So they have to, if they don't have saving, it's hard to live more than a week because they work in a week and buy a food for a week like that. So I still seeing the photos that people are depending on for free food like that, and there are every morning hundreds people are lining up for food. I feel sorry for this, but I know reality is this, cannot avoid or go away from reality. So I hope our government can come with some well planned, but I didn't think they can do that way.
Okay, we hope that we already passed this dark time, yes, and soon.
Yeah, and I hope no more. I hope no more lockdown because things are, the number is still going high, but people are getting stronger by feeling, and maybe due to the
yes, because most of us think yes, the lockdown causes more trouble than pandemic itself.
Yeah, because lockdown is not the solution. Lockdown is a temporary solution, but not the permanent solution. So people are aware, I think government are aware, everybody are aware about this. But the thing is, people, I think government only cannot solve the problem. Main things is people need to be aware and follow the rules what government are saying, follow the rules what newspaper or media are saying, because only people can protect the people, not only government can. Government only can pass the information. Most of the time I see that only people are complaining to the government. In this aspect I'm not happy. Most thing is depend on the people. If we people, each and everyone are sincere and helpful,
yes,
to
really
the government
nice. You
and
really
each
read my
other,
thoughts.
and then we can fight better togetherly. If we just media say one thing, television say another, newspaper another, radio say another, people go to marching this and that, what government can do? It makes the things worse. Instead of that, if we do wear a mask properly when walking or doing something, keep some physical distance ourselves, if we do the same thing differently, gently, slowly, then it is an every gesture, is an everything what we think, it makes our life different, and that makes our society different. What is the society? You are also the society, he is also society, I'm also society. We
Потеряла связь с нашим другом, да?
Looks like. Let me call him again.
Окей.
Так. I really don't see him. See you. Let me recall him.
Ну, я думаю, надо будет дать запись нашим девчонкам, пусть нарежут самые интересные моменты.
Конечно.